Hi, welcome to Albion Online. I hope you're enjoying the game. It's been out for a while now, and it is fantastic. You are what you do, and you can do anything in this game. Whether you are just here starting out and getting fame in the first opening quest, basically whatever you gather allows you to gather more. Whatever you use as a weapon or equipment or armor, that will fame up as well and level it. You can be a tanky frost wielder. You can be a light and nimble kind of healer with or dagger wielder with lots of moves for ganking. The certain weapons are better at certain things, of course, and you can try all of them as long as you put in enough time to fame those items up. And then, of course, you also get learning points to help you out too. The main things to remember very quickly, this is a brand new character, so you're going to get quests that show up on the right hand side. You're going to follow basically this line of quests to, kill a couple things, do some stuff. That will unlock this tree. That will then allow you to go over to the crafting arm or the fighting arm and the farming arm and then the refining, or sorry, the gathering arms there, and this is the refining and stuff too. So there is gathering stuff, which you then refine, which you then craft into stuff. There is separate sort of farming stuff, which you do on a guild, or sorry, a personal island that you can buy in any of the main cities. And then we'd suggest Cara Leone to people starting out because that way you can be in the center of the action if you're not afraid of a little bit of PvP. And then, of course, there is the fighting arm here. Your learning points will show up there. And this is just sort of a main tree for your overall experience, and that affects what level of bag you can use and what level of horse and stuff. This is your main level for fighting against mobs, and that affects a really healthy bonus, plus 35% there for defense and damage. This is against tier 5. You're going to hear various tiers called out all the time. You basically start off with tier 1, really like easy equipment, which you quickly get into tier 2. You'll be in tier 3 in the end of your first hour, I'm sure, and then it starts getting a little bit slower from there to get up to higher tier items. You're going to need to wear the chest piece for any particular armor to open up the tier 3, so a tier 2 chest piece will open those up. The chest piece is what gives you, even at level 3, it is what determines your attack bonus and basically cloth or light stuff that means you're more squishy, less armor, you're going to do more damage. The leather is sort of in between, and then the plate armor is going to give you higher armor, so higher resist, but less bonuses to damage, and a bit more bonus to uh, crowd control, CC. So that's the basics of the armor. The helmet and foot pieces, they're all really good. Like you could be in plate, but you might want to wear cloth and leather for helmet and boots and stuff, depending on what you're doing. So it's good to level up a few of those if you're new to the game. All of these have free energy cast spells, and then some passives that give you a tiny little bonus as well to understandably cloth would be damage, and plate would be more about tankiness and stuff, and leather sort of, again, in between. Um, in addition to the leveling of the various weapons, there's tons of cool weapons to pick from. There is specialization, which means that, hey, I've leveled up my mace a little bit, but I want to be really good at this particular type of mace, and you can level that up. As that number goes from 0 to 100 specialization, and 100's a long time, as that goes from higher up, that basically it equates to a higher tier of item. Each tier at the lower levels might be 8 to 10% bonus in both damage and health and other things, and improve your armor and stuff too. The specialization at about 50 equates to another tier higher. So somebody might be wearing tier 4, but they're so good at that tier 4 that it's like they're in tier 5. So you don't want to look at the destiny tree too much more, but that is what's important. Because the end game, though, whether you're going to be a pirate or whether you're going to be into guild versus guild, where you do the tournaments and fight each other in 5 versus 5 fights, or the arenas, um, if you're going to be out in the open world as a team player with your group, any of those things are certainly important to see. This is my character. This is for the alt guild that we're using to mentor some people here after PAX. So this character here, lower level, I think what you want to see next is probably, oh, of course, there's logistics and marketing and stuff. This is showing just an attack from one place to another, where we're fighting some of our enemies in the game that we're having a good time with. You can do all of the above. If you are willing to put the work into it, you can do all of the above. Um, Sorry, there's different map thingies here. I think what this point you want to see though is that there are green zones. I say green, but I mean they've got this blue icon on them. That means that they are safe. You can't be killed by other players. There are these ones with a yellow icon. That means that you could be knocked down there and you will take some damage to your equipment, but it will never be lost unless you choose to die there. You will get up after a certain amount of time. And then there are red zones and black zones where you will, if you get hit, you will, and killed, you will full loot, lose your stuff. Red zones have a hostile counter, so you can see if anybody is in the zone is looking to kill people. And in black zones, you can't see that. There are more rare resources on the far east continent, a good amount in the middle, and less, about the same here as there is over on this area here. And I think that's some of the main stuff. Again, I want to re-emphasize that here's Caerleon in the middle. It is a game of where you can do just about anything. Personally, I love the open world PvP and the strategy in that and the tactics. Yeah, just welcome to Albion. We're going to be running some Monday and Wednesday night mentorship program to help people that are just getting into the game, and certainly hope you enjoy it. Come out. I'm also talking to the developers just to find out who some of the other sort of starter guilds are that can help people out. Our main guild is not for new people. It's for people that are pretty experienced in the game that want to fight a lot, or certainly more. And but we do want to help out some new people that are getting into the game, so that's why we have created A Mostly Harmless, and hope you enjoy the game. Thanks, and we'll see you out on the battlefield.